Hey friends, my name is Merit and I'm going to be sharing with you my experience, my wide ride creating digital product, right? And selling digital products. So as you know, I am documenting my journey as a digital product and AI coach. I wasn't a digital product and AI coach. I used to be a femininity and a dating coach. In fact, that was where I started from, right? And I was able to make my first $500, right, creating digital products as a femininity and a dating coach. And I thought, like, okay, instead of teaching femininity, right, why don't I teach how you can make money creating digital products, since I already gotten experience from then. So I switched my niche from femininity and a dating coach to becoming a digital product and AI coach. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some of the experience I had creating digital product. Listen, at this very moment, I'm documenting. I have not sold anything being a digital product and AI coach, but I sold when I was. So you see the difference. I'm starting and I'm documenting my journey, right? And I'm telling you from my experience, right? So let me tell you some of the mistakes that I made so you do not make some of this mistake in creating your digital product, right, as a creator. Just a quick one. I help creators like you turn ideas into digital products and sell them, right? Without chasing trends, without overcomplicating things, or without wasting your time and effort creating digital product that you end up not selling. So I'm documenting my journey, and this is a video for documentation and some of the things that I have done, some of the mistakes, right? Some of the steps that I have took and some of the mistakes, right? So this is like a story time, a real time, a documentation, so you can start building your digital product without wasting some of the, or making some of the mistakes that I made when it comes to creating my digital product. Let's get started. When I first started, I spent hours creating digital product. I spent time creating digital product that no one actually buy. But I had no clue that when it comes to creating digital product, it's all about documenting your journey. It's all about taking your audience along, because this is actually going to build trust between you and your audience. So this is the reason why this is a documenting, I'm documenting my experience, so I can come back and look at this video at this moment and in the future to see what I have achieved so far. And I would say to you, for some of you that are building your brand, your niche, your digital product step by step, I want you also to start documenting. Not only documenting, but also bring your audience along with you as you document stage by stage or step by step. When I started documenting my very first digital product in femininity and dating niche, I had my audience asking me questions, giving me feedback, right? And then I was able to create a better product that I was able to sell. Something that I've noticed that most creators do is that they seem like it is all perfect, right? They just come out being perfect without really showing the step by step of the mistakes that they've made, right? So but you documenting your journey, right, showing your audience, this is going to give you an authority in your niche. You become relatable, and also they are going to see you as a human, as someone. And when people start seeing you as the authority, because you're showing most of the things or some of the things that you're doing, right, it's going to make people trust you. It's going to make them ask you a question. Oh, when you were in this situation, what did you do? How do you do it, right? You become the person to go to as the authority, because from day one you've showed them, look, I'm not perfect, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing for me to be able to reach my goal, for me to be able to do this, right? You become an authority in your niche, and this is how we're going to be building our brand in 2026, especially for some of you that are starting to build your brand on YouTube, on social media. I want you to show your step, show a video in your niche, or even on Instagram, on TikTok. Show them some of the things that you're doing to build your brand, right? Documentation is very important, because you can also always come back to this documentation. One of the lessons that I learned when it comes to creating my digital product, right, is I shouldn't have created blindly, right? When I was a femininity and a dating coach. So I go on ChatGPT, look for what I was looking for, what people might be interested in, and I just created a digital product without actually asking my audience what it is that they want. So after buying lots of books, learning, taking coaching, right, learning how to create a digital product, I started to realize that, okay, we don't just create a digital product, we have to bring the audience along. This is the reason why creating a poll is very important. I will always tell you, especially if you have audience, right? You can also create them as a form of a post asking your audience, right, what they want to learn, right? So when I created my first digital product on how to become a femininity blueprint, right, femininity blueprint, I asked them, right, if I create a feminine healing framework, then it was feminine healing framework, would you buy my feminine healing framework? They said yes, they would buy. So what would you like to see in the feminine healing product framework? They told me what they wanted, and I created it, right? And when I created it, some bought it, I asked for feedback, and I also showed my win. And this is what you should do. Don't just create your digital product blindly, right? Make sure that you're receiving also the feedback of the people that you are creating the digital product for. If you're not receiving the feedback of from these people, you are creating blindly. Remember, we want to be testing what we're creating, right? The lesson I've learned from this is that do not create blindly, right? So now that you know, this is the mistake that I made, and this is the lesson for me. And next product you want to create, instead of just creating it, I want you to ask your audience. I want you to create posts asking your audience, interviewing women in your niche, interviewing women, your audience, people following you. And then that is the first research you need to do, because when you know what problem they have, then you can create a solution. Remember, people want to pay for solution, right? Not just you give them whatsoever that you think is good for them, but what do they actually want? What are they complaining of? One or two people or three people always saying the same thing, then you know you have a winning product. Second lesson that I learned, right, is never to build blindly. You know, we said create blindly, and now build blindly, right? So now that you know what you're going to be creating for people, and now you are in the process of creating this digital product, right? In this step, as you're creating it, you're showing, maybe as you're filming the product or you're creating the product. For instance, I watch Alonso Mose, I think, yeah. I read his book, and he was talking about how to when his product was ready, it was then asking the hook for the title, then give them options such as A or B, that is for the hook. He also talked about how he showed if the people are interested, the cover that he created, if they're interested in the first cover or in the second cover. By showing the process of him building this digital product or building his book, right, it's actually telling people, look, my book is almost ready. And that is a public documentation. The people know that, okay, now this is a hook or a title of the book. They are comparing it. It's like they come with you along the journey while you create the book or the digital product or whatsoever it is that you're creating. That is you publicly documenting the digital product that you are creating. So never build blindly. When you build openly, right, the people are able to follow along, and the people sometimes know the product is ready and they are willing or ready to buy. And that is how you create a digital product that make people want to buy, that people are actually waiting for. So the lesson I learned from here, right, I don't just want to build blindly, right? I want to build alongside with my audience, so they know, okay, this is what they chose, this is the cover they chose, this is the title they chose, this is the content, the type of product that they want, right? And sometimes you can even choose, oh look, I'm going to make this product this amount of money, what do you think? Should we make it this or should we make it this, right? Should we put it on a platform? So they are able to choose what is convenient for them. You know, at the end of the day, they are the one that are going to buy it. And this is what some people mix. This is what I missed in the past, and now I'm making it better. right? By showing my process, my building process of me creating my digital products. After you've created your digital product, I want you to have something in mind, right? Even if you create your digital product, if you want to give it to people for free, by all means, right? Not, I'm not saying you should give everything to people for free, but you can just do a selective, maybe like 5 people, 10 people, or people that are going to try it. Or you might say, okay, I have this product ready. I have selected 10 of you. You can pay this amount of money because this is a trial. This is a beta. This is a trial period, right? Because I want feedback from you, right? Because I'm creating this product and I want feedback from you. So you can give it to them and really listen to their feedback, because feedback is good.